Hi guys, today we've got some more bot and bot action for you. So we've got the 1800 Wally bot, an absolute endgame master, if I do say so, versus Charles, the 2000, who is just, every part of his game is just extremely solid. And we're going to say he's from England for the purpose of the narrative. So before we get into the game, I just want to say a big thank you to, I believe he's called Gertzel, who donated me a coffee on my Buy Me a Coffee page, so it means a lot, mate. Cheers. So just before we get into this game, guys, just to build a bit of hype, this was a 97% accuracy by Charles and 98 by Wally. So not giving anything away, but yeah, it's a close one. So we get a French defense. I normally go for the advanced French, but Wally here just defends the pawn in the center, and after captures in the center, few more pieces come into the game. Castles. This is okay. It likes the pin. The pin looks very strong. We can try and kick, but then bishop goes back. But white doesn't entertain the idea of this pin and instead jumps the knight into the center. So very good from Wally here. So this is kicking the bishop. So Wally here decides to counterattack, go in for the queen in between move, and then decided to take the knight, so the knight couldn't capture the bishop here. And then instead, high-level stuff from Wally all around. Instead of moving the attacked piece, the logical move would be just back here. Wally instead counterattacks, saying if captures, captures. And Charles wrongly accepts this idea because it is wrong, because at the end of it we get this damaging of the structure and Wally is just completely winning. Now, I think a lot of us would see this move, guys, but I challenge you to find the idea for white that actually wins. Because after something like this, you know, how does white actually convert this position? Now, Wally was correct in bringing a rook. I think Wally has to do something like this. Get a rook to this square and start checking like this, try and set up some mates there. This move, well, you put in a rook on the open file. It's not actually a direct threat. I think this is a little bit better. So let's just put that in and see what it says. I believe something like this is the idea. But the engine's been a little bit slow. So as happened in the game, guys, Wally kept giving it away, but admittedly it's not easy to find the winning chances for white. So here Charles is trying to stabilize, offering a trade of the rooks. And Wally, because he's down a pawn, he says no to the trade. He's trying to go for activity instead. And takes the pawn, which maybe I think the engine's saying is a little bit too slow. So Wally again, just going after the small fry, going after these pawns. I think here this idea looks so strong. I wish Wally had gone for it because he's up 6 points in material at some points in this game. So Wally now takes a couple of pawns, so he's now up material, but then decides to trade down, and it just turns it into a very drawish position. So while the English did come up and pose some threat to Wally, Wally kicked them back. Wally kicked Charles back real good, and then I think these pawns just get traded off. And things end looking a little bit more drawish. So after all this shuffling around, the queens eventually do get traded. There's just a lot of checks and messing around. This is how it went, guys. This is bot on bot violence. And then this is always drawing because this pawn, well, the king needs to escort the pawn. If the king ever goes in here, the white king just takes opposition with the black king, and the black king can never get out. As we see here, the king's in opposition. So eventually, after a lot more maneuvering around, leave me a like, guys. This took me ages. I had 2 tabs open on Chrome, and I was putting in the moves for each bot. Eventually, Wally kicks the black king out, and kicks the English back to their side of the fence. So that's how it went down between Charles and Wally Wallace. Just a crazy game. An 1800 holding his own against the 2000. Pretty special there, guys. Hope you agree. So big ups to Wally. I think he's my new favorite bot, not going to lie. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed that. See you next time. Cheers.